Okay, here we are. We're going to do the second part of the procedure, which is to reverse the polarity of the connection and see what we see from that and see if we get the same values. So the procedure said we're gonna look at the current. Well, let's see, make sure that we're telling you right. Okay, we're gonna reverse the polarity of the voltage applied to the resistor by switching the leads at the power supply. Measure the current at 3 different values of voltage and compare with your previous results. So, does the polarity of the voltage across the resistor make any difference in the behavior? Let's find out. So, simple enough. Let me switch over to my regular camera. Here you can see the power supply, and what I'm going to do is I am going to reverse the red and the black. So the black is going to go here where the red is, and the red is going to go to the black where the black is. So notice that the power supply is marked with a plus and a minus here, as you can see. So what I've done is I've reversed the polarity of the resistor and the current sensor and everything like that. So now let's go ahead and take some data again. So here's that. I am going to save this data. So that's storing the latest run. That's a nice thing about this software. You already saw that I reversed this, and so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to hide the data, run 1, so that gets rid of that. Now, polarity is reversed. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow what we've done before. In other words, I'm going to set the voltage to 1 volt and then go ahead and increment it by 1 volt over 3 ranges. So again, measure current at 3 different values of VR. So I'll do that for 1, 2, 3, and that should be it. So I'm turning on my power supply now, and you can take a look and see what I'm doing. I'm going to turn on the current a little bit so that it switches over to voltage. I have some current going into the system. Let's go ahead and switch back. And again, I'm going to be in a set to keep mode. So here we are. And now I'll just adjust the course voltage so that we get to 1.0 on this. You can see that it's 1.153, so I'll adjust it down a little bit. And again, the error is in the power supply, not in the voltage sensor, or maybe it is in both. You never know with this business. But look at the voltage polarity and look at the current. The current was positive in the last run. It is now negative. The voltage was positive in the last run, and now it's negative. So I'll tap it to keep. And of course, it's going to take about 10 seconds of a reading. Okay, and that is 1 volt. Okay. So now the next one is, I'll adjust the voltage to 2. You may notice that you're not seeing anything in the graph. Let me fix that. So here we are, potential versus current. Let's get to the next data point, shall we? Okay, so I'm going to adjust up to 2. And again, notice how the data point is drifting down negative. Okay, there we are. Tap to keep. Okay, that's 2 volts. So I'll press 2.0. There we are. So that's the second data point. Look where the lines are. So now we got one more data point actually to go. So I will set it up to 3 volts. Adjust it down a little tiny bit. There we go. And let's tap to keep. You notice that the voltage, the current actually drifted downward. The current is actually acting negatively. So you see that it's 0.0934. So this is 3.0. Click OK. Let me blow up the graph a little bit so you can see what's going on. It looks like it's forming up a line. I'm going to take one more data point because I'm very curious now. So here's one more data point, and I'll adjust to 4. Okay, that's good enough. Tap to keep. Bang, 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 bang. We're waiting for the voltage to read. But notice, and I encourage you to look at the previous video and see what the values of the current are in that video. I think you will find that they are roughly the same, except that the current now is negative, as is the voltage negative. So because we reverse the polarity. So now I'm going to say stop. I'm done. And I'm going to turn off my power supply so that I don't burn things up. There we go. And so now let's take a look at the data again. So I'm going to do a linear fit just as I did the last time. And I don't know what to expect. So we'll see what happens. And there you have it. Do the appearance so you can see what I'm seeing. Click OK. Click OK. There's the slope of the graph. It's 32.57. We had in the last one 32.95. So I would say we're pretty convinced that this is a 33 ohm resistor. So this is Ohm's law, experimentally done. The voltage is proportional to the current into the system. The constant of proportionality is the resistance. This is the macroscopic form of Ohm's law. In the next video, I will keep my promise and start playing with Play-Doh. So, thank you very much for your time and attention, and I'll see you on the other side.